Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Destiny video and another Friday Xur video. That's right, I am currently flying into the tower so that I can jump in, show you guys what Xur has for sale and where you can find it this week. And as with last week, the new addition to these videos, I am also going to be including exotic stat comparisons, so that way you know exactly how the exotics fare up against the previous ones that Xur sold, and that way you know whether or not you want to do a repurchase or whether you can save your strange coins. So this week, you want to go over to the east side of the tower, you want to run down the very first staircase, and then turn right. And that, my friends, is exactly where you'll find Xur chilling. Hello! Looks like I'm the first one here this week, so let's take a quick look at what Xur has for sale. Today, my friends, is a good day. The reason I say this is because the only exotic weapon I have yet to get is Xur Regime, and look what he's selling. Anyway, my personal agenda aside, as always, he has his usual array of class-specific items, each of which goes for 13 strange coins. He then has an exotic primary weapon this week, which goes for 23 strange coins. He carries his usual exotic shard for 7 strange coins, and this week the exotic engram is for the chest, and that will set you back 23 motes of light. As for the upgrades this week, first up for the hunter, you have the Mask of the Third Man and the Crest of Alpha Lupi. Then moving over to the titans, you have upgrades for Helm of Saint 14 and also the Crest of Alpha Lupi. And then for the warlocks, you have upgrades for the Light Beyond Nemesis and the Sunbreakers. Then for the weapons, you have upgrades for Red Death, The Last Word, Plan C, Thunderlord, Super Good Advice, and Yalahorn. And then lastly, moving down to the curios, first up you have telemetries for the pulse rifle, the hand cannon, and also the machine gun. You then have your usual plasma drive and your emerald coil, and this week he is once again selling heavy ammo synthesis, which is good because I am running a little bit low. So if you are running low, then you can stock up 5 pieces for 1 strange coin. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk exotic items. So, first up, this week, Xur is selling for the Titan, the Armamentarium. This is an exotic chest piece, and the perks allow you to carry an additional grenade, carry more ammo for your heavy weapons, and also carry more ammo for your special weapons. Now the stat roll on this one this week is 122 discipline when maxed. Now if you have this already, it's probably not worth picking up this week, simply because prior to this point, the lowest we have ever seen this item is with 127 discipline when maxed, and the highest has been 197. So this has a particularly low stat roll this week. So if you already have this, then don't bother picking it up. If you don't have it, however, it is still a good item to have, so therefore it's still worth a purchase. Then moving over to the hunters, this is also the only exotic helmet that I currently don't have, so I'm going to stock up on this one this week, and then I really have genuinely completed my collection. Anyway, with that being said, the ATS8 Arachnid is not actually a great helmet, but the perks are as follows. Causing damage with a grenade reduces your melee cooldown, replenish super energy when you kill an enemy with a grenade, and your golden gun zooms in for accuracy when aimed. Bear in mind the zoom isn't that great, so it's not exactly like it turns your golden gun into a sniper rifle, and that, my friends, is exactly why I said it's not great. That being said, the stat roll on this one this week is 71 discipline and 67 strength when maxed. And comparing that to previous weeks, the lowest on the strength side we've ever seen is 48 and the highest is 85, and the lowest on the discipline side is 48 and the highest is 85 as well. So this has a medium stat roll. It's definitely not the highest we've seen before, but it's also definitely not the lowest. And then lastly, the Starfire protocol for warlocks. This will allow you to gain an additional fusion grenade. It will also allow you to carry more ammo for your fusion rifles, and you can carry more ammo for your heavy weapons. Now the stat roll on this one this week is 143 intellect when maxed. And when comparing that with historic stat values, the lowest we've ever seen this is with 127 intellect, and the highest we've seen it is with 197. So again, this is a medium stat roll, definitely not the highest, but also not the lowest. So that's it for the armor pieces, now let's talk weapons. Xur Regime is your weapon for this week. You see this quite often used in the Crucible, especially during Iron Banner events. It is a really good auto rifle to have, it is quite powerful, and also it is worth using during something like Crotus and Raid if you don't have Red Death, because it does also have a chance to heal you. Not quite as reliably as Red Death, but it does have a chance. That being said, the perks for this weapon are as follows. Focus Fire, when zoomed, this weapon fires slower but causes additional damage. And also Xur Regime. The bottom half of each magazine deals bonus damage and has a chance to return health when dealing damage. So, that, my friends, is Xur Regime. If you haven't got it, it is worth picking up this week. And beyond that, as always, if you do want to do any upgrades this week, then you are going to need an exotic shard. And if you haven't dismantled any exotics, then this will set you back 7 strange coins. And if you do want to take a gamble, then you can buy an exotic engram. I wish you good luck, but I'm going to steer clear of them. And with that, my friends, that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful, hopefully you enjoyed it. And as always, it would be awesome if you could leave a like and hit that thumbs up button. And shout out to those of you that already are, but if you're not already part of the Arekkz Gaming Nation, then hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video. And more importantly, so you can become a member of the nation itself. Anyway, with that said, let me know in the comments down below what you guys picked up this week, if anything at all. And once again, thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.